I probably should have checked before starting this, but I think by the time I walk to my usuals, I should reach 10,000 steps. So I think I was at like at least 3,500, 4,000 steps. I'm also doing this. Well, it's for a multitude of reasons. Quite an ambitious goal, and I just started it yesterday where I'm going to try and reach at least 10,000 steps every day. So this is my way of getting 10,000 steps by walking in this area all the way down to my usual spot. And I also have to point out, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. Jeez. Duckies! I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but last time I live streamed, I don't think I've had like any viewers, and it was about like 30 minutes or something like that. That was in downtown San Diego. That's usually kind of like what, though I'm not making any bread or butter, say that's where I usually get the most consistent amount of views or viewership. So I don't know if it's an algorithm thing or not. If you're watching, thanks for watching. So this is, you didn't read the title, this is downtown Long Beach. This is one of my favorite areas to go to on a regular basis. I smell something. Smart star jasmine. I think this is star jasmine. And it's funny because these usually start to bloom in mid to late spring, but the weather's been kind of weird. It's been very weird. It was very hot this year. Now the weather's starting to cool down. And now that it's spring, but shoot, last week it was still winter, technically. Whoa. Currently here in downtown Long Beach. This is where they had the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. It was very fun. I think since they had to do reservations and stuff, there weren't as many people who came. I know it's Saturday night, so there's more action going on, because I actually came here Sunday evening and with family and stuff, and I know since it's, later on, people are probably getting ready for work, so here. This is a little bridge that you can take, or that I like to take. Unique landscaping, because they have roses, they have lantana, peony-esque stuff. And they have this little place where you can go and grab tapas and drinks. This is me, That reminds me of the place I stayed at earlier this month in San Diego. Wherever day I was going, I think it might have been a conference because it was really busy. Well, more so really expensive. I also had an argument with my friend because he was telling me how just, oh, well, Californians, or I guess Southern Californians have lives and stuff. That's why places close early. I said, honestly, that's the exact opposite. If you, you know, he's kind of, he's very contrarian. So I don't really listen to a lot of the stuff he says. But no, you know, given there's over 10 million people in the county and also in the metropolitan district, you think there would be more, you know, more people, just everything. But then again, it also has to do with the bars, like last call being at 1:45 or 2 a.m. Like bars aren't allowed to serve drinks after that, so I can see why. And actually, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, hello, he mentioned that he might extend it to 4 a.m. And I know it's a caveat because, of course, that may increase the risk of drunk driving, but then again, it could help revitalize or help vitalize just the local nightlife wherever you are. So, for instance, here in Long Beach, there'll be a few nightclubs, especially as you get further, like, sort of inland. There's a lot more nightclubs and stuff that are open. And I also I come to realize that I think every year they have the Grand Prix here in Long Beach. Of course, I'm not going to be here for that, but we are going to pass by and we'll see all the construction that's going on. And I went last weekend. There was a whole bridge. Of course, it was difficult to maneuver because, you know, man, it's a family here and we had a baby. So we had to take the baby in the stroller and try to figure out ways we could cross the street without having to go up the bridge with all the steps. There's the two of us. Now, Sir Tuffington is my companion. He looks like my hand. They're opening up a Paris baguettes. I have to take this route anyway. Trying to figure out which route I want to take. You know, let's go this way. Hi at Long Beach Convention Center. And this is what I'm talking about. Promise you none of this was here. You know, like probably a month or 2 months ago. This all has to do with everybody. Well, everybody, you know, that's the Grand Prix that they have around April every year. I understand, you know, contractual, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I don't like it because, you know, all the... No parking, no loading, nothing. They block all that off. Oh, at the pub over there, they're playing live music. This is Pike Outlets. Pike Outlets. Pretty quiet, but yeah, you see over there they have a few places that are still open. Great for the folks. Cinemark, if you want to come and watch a movie after your day-long excursion. That's also something. And clear. Makes it get clears. I don't think I could go too far for a bathroom. Okay. Let me see. Huh. I can go in the Cinemark and ask. I don't know. Okay, you know, I'll go this way. I should have brought something in mind, but fitness center. Preferably, I would like to go to a fitness center or gym that's open 24/7. Like if I wanna, something. If I can't go to sleep and I can't get my mind off a certain thing, or if I have a really, really early day, I want to be able to go work out. Pike Outlets. What? No way. Oh, so I guess. Oh shoot. Guess all these are part of the Pike Outlets. Silly me. So it's across the street as well. So, fun. This isn't actually an elevator. Roller coaster up here. It's a bridge. And I always love walking up down that bridge. And they have the Ferris wheel. That's not the Ferris wheel in Santa Monica. The Santa Monica Pier, but Long Beach's very own, much smaller one. Still very nice though. See, this is also why I don't really like it. Cause look at this. This whole area. I don't like that song. This whole area right here would be filled with food trucks, and all of it's blocked out because of a Grand Prix. So there's only like maybe one or two. But yeah, you have the big bleachers, big benches. People could come and watch the show. And Another thing I don't like is that I feel like they did this in Vegas where they were trying to block off the view. No, I know they're probably also doing this for safety reasons, but they tend to be real cheap when it comes up to the view. They really don't want people. They really want you to pay per view. So not always pleasant, you know. You're kind of gatekeeping it through and through. For the sake of being loud. And then, because I said Grand Prix. Yeah, this is all construction for Grand Prix right here. Every year it's the same thing. I passed by here for like the past 2 years and it's been the same thing. First the Hyatt, I already know that's gonna be booked and busy by the time yeah. I have to find out when it is so I know when not to come here. And I already know parking is gonna be really hard to find. Like I came here during Vans Warp Tour and had no idea what that was. And I learned the hard way because it took me over 30 minutes to find parking. I usually park like all the way over there. That took me a long time. And granted, I just wanted to go to the aquarium over here. I'd see I'm parking farther and then I have to take the scooter. I'm like, okay, if I'm having a hard time finding parking on the end of downtown, then I'm absolutely not gonna find any parking here in here in the heart of downtown. So that was a problem. Yeah, so you see all these bridges. Kind of makes things difficult for just trying to get around. Like you can't just cross the street. And then oh yeah, okay, that's the bridge right there. That was what I was talking about. Of course, Hooters still around. I guess that's good. I guess they're probably doing well. They're even doing well during the pandemic. I remember seeing that they were open. Should I join the? Should I have another membership with the aquarium again? Because my membership expired last month. I was just contemplating whether I should renew it or not. Yeah, this is the bridge I was talking about. Yeah. There's another way to get around, but it's a lot more difficult. Hoping the bathrooms over there are open. So we walked by last week, like 6 days ago. Mom told me I was walking way too fast. She's like, slow down, slow down. So I did slow down, but we stopped at the bridge. Also, yeah, I do weigh a lot more than what I would like to be. It's been good. It's been to be honest, it hasn't been the best of, well, I gained a lot of weight. So I'm trying to burn off that weight, and this is one of the ways to do it. Because I do commute really far for work every week. So this is just, I don't know, it's 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 just, I this is my form of self-care. Just, just this live streaming. Also coming to, one of my favorite destinations, period. I love, love, love Long Beach. And then you get in 10,000 steps. So on and so forth. We gotta make it go for whoever comes to visit, to come to Long Beach. Where we gotta take them here to Long Beach. It is very beautiful here. Beautiful lantana flowers. They are drought tolerant, but I don't think they're not native to, at least to this region of California. They might be native to like Latin America or South America, but not so much North America. I haven't heard any sea lions. Sea lions are very vocal. Like an open area. Have the lighthouse over there. It looks pretty close, but to get there, it's quite the journey actually, because you have to go around this whole area. You gotta pass the aquarium over there. You go around and around and around, and then to get to the lighthouse. Beautiful. I'm gonna try and take it easy. Yeah, I'm not gonna run or anything. I'm just gonna relax. There's some beautiful fruit playing, man. The ultimate dream is to live and work here in Long Beach. Preferably closer to here, And I know, once again, it's different if you actually live somewhere rather than visit, but I've been here so many times since 2020. So many times. And I never get tired of visiting here. And I'm gonna also say this too about San Diego, is that it's kind of weird because a lot of it is kind of I'll go to some areas, of course, Gaslamp, really, really hustly, really bustly, really busy. This is where we stopped, by the way. And then you go to like Seaport during the evening time, or even in the areas near Seaport. Not as busy, but I have went to stop by. I didn't stop by. I passed by Little Italy, and it was pretty busy. If you don't know where Little Italy is, it's in northern downtown. And yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go back that way. I'm kind of glad I took the route I did, because it is kind of late, and I don't want to be out too late, Definitely want to see as much as I can, but realistically speaking, I do want to get home before midnight. This boat is starting to dock in. Oh, Fairmont Hotel is over there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and then come back. I don't want to take any chances. You know, walking all that way and then finding out the bathrooms aren't even open. You know. This is Yard House, but I'm not sure about Yard House. I haven't even actually sit down in that one before. I'm going this. Let's check out the Hyatt. You know, I think I might go down later. Check out the bay. Whoa. Sorry. I almost stepped in that. Whatever that was. Ooh. The bay or lagoon, that's what it's called. Back to the convention center. Sorry. Oh yeah, by the way, these are little plum. I've just been waiting for them to bloom. I can harvest the fruit. It smells just like jasmine. They're very good too. Exciting fruit. Now knowing that when they're ripe, dark brown ripe, they're really good. Unfortunately, I had no luck. I got there right after 11, which I'm kind of really disappointed about because I really gotta go. But I'll just keep carrying on. It looks like because of this, I will not be getting home before midnight. I'll probably get home closer to 12:30 or something. I don't know how many other bathrooms are open around this time, but I do really have to go before going back, so that's something I do have to focus on. I know it's TMI, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. So this is definitely, I gotta go. Yeah. Cool, but you can't come in. It's not open to the general public. Okay, April 17th and 19th. So that's when the Grand Prix is. 17th and 19th. Makes sense though that they know what folks coming in after 6. I wish it was from midnight to 6. So I can actually use because I was actually gonna go in and buy something. I guess maybe all of that is closed now. I just hope to God that one of these stores are open. I don't even really want anything fancy. I would take a mocktail if that means I could go and use the bathroom outside of one of these places. And that's another thing, in New York, I was able to find a bodega open on Christmas night in the middle of Manhattan. Given it was a nasty bathroom, it was still a bathroom nonetheless, and it was open. So a lot of these places, they're open. They're open 24, well not 24, a lot of them 24/7. And they're open 365 days a year. Because I mean, if you're open on Christmas, you're gonna be open every other day. Except for, if you're in Chinatown. They tend to close during the Lunar New Year. Oh God. There's the Queen Mary. In all her glory. There we go. Still trying to find a bathroom. I'm not giving up. Have these things all year round. I wonder if Tequila Jacks is still open. Oof, dangerous. So you know it's late when they have start running the sprinklers. So yeah, you can't go in there from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Makes sense, I guess. It was just so freaking close. It was 11:02 when I finally got there. So it probably would have been like 10:57. I'm just disappointed, you know. Yeah, Johnny easy feet. I guess I could go to your house if the kitchen is still open. I gotta go. And they do have some stuff I like on the menu, so I'll see if they're open. And I'll just take the food to go. Okay, sorry about that. It's easy to navigate except there's no except in your house. Tequila Jacks. Oh, the arcades are closed. I don't think I've ever seen it closed before, unless it's closed for good. Usually it'd be open around like 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm sick. I've never seen this place closed before. Then again, this might be the latest I've ever, or one of the latest times I've ever been here. But it's Saturday night, and a lot of these places are closed at midnight. So that's a big shocker if you ask me. Going up that bridge over there. So I want to live on a houseboat, like in Netherlands or something. You know what? Housing stuff right for school. I'll go live on the canals. Not even kidding, I will live on the canals. Any performance tonight or is that one place? Yeah, that one place. It's coming across some live bands, you know. That flute player is really nice. Really music to my ears. And I wish they would do more performances here. It's like coming across the right now. I think as long as businesses are open, public restrooms should be open. Like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Um, I really have to go early. Thank you. Thank you. I do, let me see. I think I will try and come here. Probably make my way to. I don't know what I'm gonna do about glasses yet. I don't know if I'm gonna go to TJ and get it, and like, later on this upcoming week, or if I'm gonna stay local. But the thing is, they said, oh yeah, medical, they accept certain healthcare, but yeah. So I know it takes such a long time for healthcare insurance to be accepted. Especially yeah. So yeah. Last time me and my friend went up this way, scooted all the way over there. You can also walk all the way down there. I guess you can also walk all the way down there. I think I don't want to risk it though. This feels nice. No, given Long Beach is heavily industrialized in the sense of, Long Beach slash San Pedro having the largest port in the U.S. In the whole country. A lot of and then the reason why is because we're on the West Coast, Pacific Coast. We share the same ocean as Asia, especially East Asia. Well, no, just Asia, because a lot of our stuff gets shipped from Bangladesh and India. Well, mainly India, since I know India is not a landlocked country. I think Bangladesh might be a landlocked country, and if it isn't, then it doesn't have as much access to the sea as India. So a chunk of the stuff may be flowing in. I'm not sure. But China, of course, given it's such a huge country and it has just a huge shoreline, they have no problems with shipping things over. So that's why a lot of our stuff that's part of the reason why a lot of our stuff is made in China. The easy access, also, of course, the cheap labor, very cheap labor, questionable labor, allegedly. So, yeah. But here in Long Beach, we receive a lot of those. Long Beach, Los Angeles, the San Pedro, which is part of the city of LA. Those ports busiest because we accept and bring in all those shipments. So that's why, it's big, and it's busy, and it's necessary. Fun fact, I've never been on the Queen Mary, though I had like 2 or 3 different opportunities to go on it. I'm thinking maybe just to find like a little cheap little I doubt any of the hotel stays are gonna be under like $100. But I've been saying this now for like at least 2 years. Where I'm like, okay, you know what? This is gonna be the year. This is gonna be the year. This is gonna be the year. I'm gonna take the water taxi to get to Queen Mary, but I mean it. This is gonna be the year. I promise. Third time's the charm. So Labor Day, not Labor. Well, Labor Day is when it starts, but Memorial Day is when it begins. So that weekend, I'm gonna take the opportunity. I'm gonna, well, maybe not that weekend. Well, one of the days I'm gonna this summer, I'll set aside some time, maybe like during my day off, just come out here, probably on like a Friday, or if I find out, oh yeah, actually if I have, you know, a Saturday or Sunday off. Yeah. I was even thinking of going to Yosemite, but I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot of driving, because if I were to, say if I were to leave without no traffic, without any traffic, it would take around 5.5 hours to drive there. Like, for instance, right now. And that's to get from, from where I am, like closer to downtown, all the way to like Half Dome, Curry Village, Half Dome Village. I'm saying that Curry, Half Dome, because that's where the national park actually is, not just a random pinpoint location. So that's my thing. And then also to leave the park, it would be like an extra 70. Excuse me. It would be $35 to enter the park, and then to go back, like to I don't think I would want to spend a night there because it's $200. This. No, no, let me specify. It is $200 for the unheated tent. For the unheated tent. Mind you, these tents don't have any. It gets cold at night because it's technically it's a valley, and it's not just like a spread out wide valley like the San Fernando or San Gabriel or Jurupa. It's it's just a very narrow valley. So you have narrow, yeah, very, very narrow valley. So really everything, it's maybe like, I don't even know how wide it is really, but it's not it's not very wide at all. So because of that, and then the elevation is also pretty high, so it does snow there. And then on top of that, the mountains and stuff are very, very tall, so are very, very high. So yeah, it makes the weather cold. And all that to say is, I don't want to be in a heated room. And I think I came across a coyote like in the middle of the night the last time I was there. Like, 'cause the thing is, I also wake up to use the bathroom like at least once or twice a night, 1 to 3 times a night. So preferably, in theory, it sounds fun, to do, take a shower, because that's what we had to do. We had to take showers, leave our cabins, and I had to leave with someone else in the cabin. So yeah, I went back again, 2018. Got the actual cabin. Got the actual cabin, and then still had no bathroom. Still had no ensuite, so we had to leave. I had to leave the cabin in order to go to the bathroom, and this was around maybe 3 in the morning. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen a coyote or a mountain lion or something. That was scary. I was like, yeah, it's a good thing we're only spending the night here, cause yeah, we're alive. So yeah, Yosemite definitely not cheap at all. Cause I'm looking, and I know I'm going during the busy. I would proposing to go like during busy time, but heck no, I'm not doing that again. I have to have an ensuite, or at least be in a place where the bathroom is indoors, alongside like there's a whole connected hallway or something. 'Cause I'll say this: many moons ago, I went to Astro Camp up in Idlewild, and yeah, because of that, I don't know. I mean, we didn't. I remember sharing a room with everyone else. Well, not everyone else, but still having bathrooms and stuff. So Yosemite, in theory, sounds fun, except for when you had to use the bathroom. And I'm specifically talking about Curry Village, when you stay in the cabins and stuff. So they have canvas tents, and then you have to put all your scented items like food and stuff. You have to put that inside the beer box right outside your room. So in theory, it sounds like fun, but you gotta put in extra steps to ensure your safety. And they have the beer box too. Um, you know, you also you might want to consider locking the beer box. Just for extra precautions in case intruders might come. I don't know. So I'm saying if I were to go to Yosemite, it would I would go probably stay somewhere else. B, um, yeah. A, go to stay somewhere that's ensuite. B, probably make a day trip out of it, and then head out. Do what I did last time. We spent the night in Yosemite, and then we went. And we got there. It was a busy day. Like I think we got to Union Station around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m. We left around 1 a.m. Had to got off at Bakersfield. We had to took the bus up there. We transferred trains. We went from like Bakersfield up to it was late. That's all I remember. I don't remember if we took a nap, but I'm pretty sure whatever we did that day pretty much screwed with our sleeping schedule. Yeah, I'm over here reminiscing. Yosemite while I'm here in Long Beach. Just thinking about like perspective trips, because the last time I did a spontaneous trip, I'm gonna head back down, but the last time I did a spontaneous trip, um, well, very spontaneous trip was the trip to to Mammoth. I went to Mammoth. I'm really happy I went, but definitely lessons to be learned when going. Definitely consider where you're gonna park, how long you're gonna park, how much you're willing to pay to park. Um, is parking across from the village extremely expensive. It's like $10 for 2 hours or something like that. Or I think it was even more than that. So it's like probably $10, $18 for 2 hours. Like I don't want to pay that. If you were to extend your time, there's no such thing as extension there because you have to pay from the get-go. So if you want to pay like 8 hours, gotta pay. It's better you pay right then and there. Otherwise, they're gonna not give you any sort of incentive or discount. I live quite too far away from her. Yeah. So this is definitely not a miniature live stream. At this point, this is just a full-on live stream. And I definitely have at least 10,000 steps at this point because I did more walking than expected. Due to me just trying to find a restaurant. I'm not gonna buy anything else here. I already bought a bottle of wine from Ralph's earlier. I'm not even gonna consume it tonight because I don't want to drink too close to bed. Especially since it's a Belize and sugary drink, especially when they're not diluted, is not very good for you. Yeah. See, I was feeling like I'm not a heavy drinker at all, but hey, see, that's my kind of like jam, just I know I'm here late when all of this is closed. My kind of jam is just going out for drinks, maybe like a couple, more like maybe one or two pints or so. No, no like fucking and stuff. I'm a foodie, and I love me a good cider or wine. Invite me out to brunch because I love a good brunch. Still getting used to eggs Benedict, but I do like the sauce. So invite me to those. Other stuff where you gotta wait like 20 minutes just to get inside the bathroom. None of the, hearing the music being so loud that you end up going deaf or deaf, but just you start hearing ringing in your ears, or I don't like it. It being really, mind you, if you believe in this, I'm not introverted. By any means, I'm definitely not introverted. I just don't like being in really crowded space, especially when it's nighttime, when you have reduced vision and whatnot. So a lot of those places, they're not gonna have, have warm lighting or anything like this. No, it's just all indoors, strobe lighting, music, blazing. I know people have their preferences. That's just not my preference. I like to be able to, especially after seeing what happened at the National Road Fest with Travis Scott and yeah, that's a nightmare for me. This guy wanted the same thing happen, unfortunately, and that was how it was. Actually, there's more on alley. It really is devastating. I don't know how people lost their lives that night. I will stay at this place and just. That would be nice though to go to. I had no idea about Fairmont Hotel. Fairmount? Fairmont Hotel. I'm like, yeah. I guess it wasn't until I visited Montreal and I came across all those, just trying to find a nice place to stay. When I realized, oh, there's Fairmont hotels everywhere. So there's one here in Lunch at the Breakers. Not there, but oh yeah. Right there, it's on the other side of the street. So I didn't even know about the place, but I would really love to come and stay here in one of these hotels. Though, despite me living really close. So I wouldn't really need to stay in the place, but honestly, for my mom's birthday actually, like a couple years back, I booked a place that was like 3 miles away from home. Like, oh, well, what brings you out here? Like, oh, it's her birthday. Like, oh, really? Nice. And it was kind of funny to see because that was it started out with Germany because I stayed someplace and I didn't want to pay, it was like $50 more to stay at the Hilton and it was closer to the airport versus the place I stayed at. It was a pretty good hotel, but if I had to do it again, I would have picked the Hilton, even though it was like $50 more. In retrospect, I would have gotten more perks, but I think because my layover was shorter, that's why I decided not to stay there. But given how much time I wasted trying to get there, I said, yeah, not again. So after that incident where I spent lost valuable time that I honestly, thinking about it, would have been valuable time for me to, because they lost my luggage in Munich and I had to go back and they lost my luggage in Munich and then I had to go back and try to find clothes to wear because all my clothes was in that luggage. It was the overnight layover, so I booked the hotel and everything, so that sucked. That really sucked. So I went to this place called TK Maxx. I was trying to go to another place because first and foremost, I didn't really like the clothes like that. Second of all, the clothes were pretty expensive. But I didn't know everything closed at 8 o'clock. Mind you, it was still bright outside when it was 8, so. And on top of that, there was a whole sale, there was thunderstorms and everything during that time. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I've really only had a few, very limited time to go and explore and do all the excursions. So, yeah, after that I vowed not to make the same mistake again. So I started looking at places that are more pricey, centrally located, and don't really have any regrets in terms of that because I know it was only short-lived, but honestly, convenience, especially in a place that you don't know, especially in a place where you may not know the transportation, you may not know the language. Um, you have to factor in time, especially when it's a short layover. So that's something that I've learned and vowed not to make the same mistake again. So, all that to say, all these hotels, I would stay here in the Hyatt. Even the Hyatt Centric over there in the Pike Outlets, I would stay there because it's also very closely located, close, great location. Of course, Hyatt, really great location. And over here on the other side, Breakers by Fairmont, also great location. Cannot say the same about the Hilton though. Hilton looks close in theory, but once you get, it's kind of out of the way, and it looks like on the reviews I've seen that the hotel rooms are really dated over there. So, allegedly, so I want to get sued. Yeah, they have the Westin also in a great location. They also have the Courtyard by Marriott. That one's more, like a few blocks over that way. Not the greatest location. Not say I would stay there knowing, given how many times I've been here and I know the area very well. But yeah. So we got the Marriott, the Westin. Hyatt's definitely on here somewhere. This is not on there. Which is silly if it's not. Yeah, there's the Hyatt. Pike Outlets across the street here. And they have, I didn't think they'd be here so late, honestly. It's been about over an hour since I've been here. When I get back, I'm sleeping. There's no tomorrow. Truth be told, I am sleep fine. All the times I've been staying in, like I've stayed in two motels, which is hotels. All I did was eat and sleep. So, of course, then when I come home, I won't have that much sleep. I'll probably come home, like for instance, first Monday night, I usually don't get a lot of sleep because usually I spend the night in a hotel near my job. So I have to do my laundry for the week on Monday night. I work remotely on Mondays. Tuesdays, so then, I would usually stay somewhere on a Tuesday. And oftentimes, if it's like, a motel or something, where not as many amenities, first I'll go and pick up some food, eat the food, go straight to bed, or, say, it's like a 3-star, where they have a pool or a gym or this or that. I would stay and I would eat, take a nap, wake up, set an alarm, wake up, use the pool, or shower, use the pool, and then go, and then shower, go back to bed. And of course I would have the TV running, either playing like, I'll sleep when they play Family Guy, and I'll wake up to where they're playing South Park. Talking about, I'm talking about Comedy Central, by the way. And then I would also play like HDTV. And I was just thinking, I'm really tired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired. The unfortunate is that I don't know. I always done working at 7. What took me so long? Oh, because I left work pretty late. Then I went to Chipotle. I sat down and ate. I ate the whole meal. That's why I'm also doing all this walking to help burn off those calories. And and then I went to 2 different routes. But that's another thing. I'm just trying to get the 2 routes. I was looking for the Bellini. I'm not drinking the Bellini tonight because I'm too tired. You know what? Let's just go this way because I usually like going up that bridge right there, but it's late. And I do want to check out the fair in front of the Fairmont Hotel since I was talking about it. And I love how this was supposed to be a mini live stream, but ended up being well over an hour at this point, so yeah. This is another reason why I wish to live and work in Long Beach, because I would be home by now. I love the native landscaping they have here. Some people. I'm trying to grab here. Oh no. This is what they call feed and save. Save the type of settings. It smells really, really good. This smell really takes me back to grad school, man. I did my whole research on the native plants. It was pretty small, but I want to go back for a PhD. I think I will continue on the research I've done. Of course, on a much larger scale. more cohesive time frame, and also hopefully uh, sustainable budget. You know, let's make a tea out of this. I love making teas out of these. Of course, given this is a public area, I would rinse it. Rinse. Yeah, so I didn't want to go up that bridge. Yeah. It's not like I didn't want to go up the bridge again. I just wanted to take this route this time because of the Fairmont Hotel. Also, yeah, like the promenade. Not the 3rd Street, but it still is the promenade. If you go up this way, you'll see like a lot of breweries and stuff. That's the reason why I love Long Beach. It's nightlife, probably one of the best in Cali, in my opinion. There's a lot of police. Water fountain for the doggies too. Fairmont Hotel. I was like, we should stay here. And then my mom said no. You serious? Like, even if it was raining, it's like nice to spend your New Year's Eve with a change of scenery. Maybe once in a while. Gonna do the same thing every year. Just switch it up a bit, Gotta call my cousin again. Always on the run. always on the run. Fairmont is also a really great contender. The fitness center's right there. It also looks like the spa's right there too, so don't really want all that to be visualized. Also have, so that's the bridge I walked up last time. Well, we were covered here. That's the way that's it. To be honest, I'm really tired. I'm gonna definitely play some up music going home. Thankfully, I'm not driving from freaking Riverside or San Bernardino right now because that's hard. In fact, when I went to San Diego a couple months ago, I visited a family friend, and it was his only time off, honestly. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna spend the night. The only way I'll be able to see him, I'm like, yeah, I can't see him like close to the 10 p.m. and then try to put myself at risk. Put my own and other people's safety at risk. Driving behind the wheel, really tired and really don't want to do that. Another great option here is the Western. Oh yeah, there's the Marriott too. I always forget about the Marriott. It's kinda, it's not, at least visually, not as visually grand as the other hotels. There's another reason. Idiot. There's another reason why I love Long Beach too. The light rail. So this light rail straight ahead actually takes you straight to downtown Los Angeles. Or at least that's where it initially stopped. But now it goes all the way to like Pomona. It used to be Azusa. Now it's Pomona. So it connects these to plenty of schools. Kind of really long. Some may say it's quite unnecessary. Sometimes I do agree because I'm sure a lot of people coming from good chunk of people coming from Long Beach may not be going to Pomona, or Vista. So yeah, it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's also known as the longest light rail in the world, or longest light rail route in the world. There's no heavy rail. I think the only two places in California that has heavy rail is Los Angeles, which they're doing a D-line extension, formerly known as the Purple Line, and the Red Line, and then San Francisco, or the Bay Area with BART. BART is a Bay Connector, Bay Area Regional Transit. So a lot of MRT, a lot of regional transit, heavy rail, a lot more in San Francisco area. I say they win by a landslide, honestly. You only got like 2 trains, 2 train routes. That's considered heavy rail. Not as robust or impressive as San Francisco, and of course, not nearly as impressive as New York. New York takes the cake, man. I really didn't think I would be out this long, but I really had to go use the bathroom. So this is not a mini live stream. They say you're in a mini-ish live stream. This is just a regular, it's a live stream. It's over an hour. I consider it just live streams. Not mini, not mini-ish, not micro. Anything over an hour is just a regular live stream. Given I may not do it often, it's also because my battery is yeah. So I'm gonna end it here. It's past. It's almost 12:15. I was expected to be home by now, so yeah. Anyways, thank y'all so much for joining. I don't know if I'm gonna go to San Diego this week or not, but I'll definitely be try and go somewhere this week. Bay Area, possibly. That may be way too ambitious, but we'll see. But for now, I'm going to bed because I'm really tired. I have to drive home first and then go to bed. And this is also all the more reason why I gotta find a job here. So I can live here. I would love to live in one of these buildings along the coast so I can just do this every day. I would be skinny at this point. I would be so skinny. From all the steps and stuff I would be taking just by walking around every day. But yeah, I'm going home. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all soon. Possibly this week, if not, sometime in April. Peace.